Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us: cybersecurity. I know, it sounds a bit technical, maybe even a little scary, but stick with me. I promise to break it down into simple, actionable steps that will make your digital life a whole lot safer. Think of your online presence like your home. You wouldn't leave your front door wide open for anyone to wander in, right? Well, the same principle applies to your digital world. Let's start with the front door of your digital life: your passwords. How many of you are using the same password for multiple accounts? Be honest. Or maybe it's something super simple like password 123 or your pet's name. I get it, it's easy to remember. But that also makes it incredibly easy for someone else to guess. This is where a password manager comes in. It's a game changer. A password manager is like a super secure digital vault that creates and stores complex, unique passwords for all your different accounts. You only need to remember one master password to unlock the vault. This means you can have a crazy, impossible-to-guess password for every single site, and you don't have to remember any of them. Seriously, if you do just one thing after watching this video, make it this. Now, let's add another lock to that door. It's called two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. You've probably already used it without realizing. It's when you log in with your password, and then the service sends a code to your phone that you also have to enter. This extra step is powerful. Even if a cybercriminal manages to steal your password, they still can't get into your account without that second piece of information, which is physically with you. It's like a thief picking your front door lock, only to find there's a deadbolt they can't get past. Most major platforms, your email, social media, banking apps, offer 2FA. Go into your security settings right now and turn it on for everything. It takes 5 minutes and boosts your security immensely. All right, our digital house is getting more secure. What's next? Let's talk about phishing. No, not with a fishing rod. Phishing is when scammers send you fake emails, texts, or messages trying to trick you into giving them your personal information. They've gotten really good at it. These messages can look exactly like they're from your bank, a popular online store, or even a government agency. They often create a sense of urgency, saying your account is locked or you've won a prize, and you need to click a link immediately. This is a huge red flag. So, how do you spot a phish? First, check the sender's email address. Scammers often use addresses that are just slightly different from the real thing, maybe with a typo or an extra word. Hover your mouse over any links before you click them. A little box will pop up showing you the actual web address it will take you to. If that address looks weird or doesn't match the company's official website, do not click it. And remember, legitimate companies will almost never ask you for your password or full credit card number via email. If you're ever in doubt, just close the message. Go directly to the company's official website by typing the address into your browser yourself, or use their official app, and check your account there. Don't trust the link in the message. Now let's move on to the Wi-Fi we use every day. Your home Wi-Fi is like your private yard. You want to make sure it's secure. First, change the default name and password that came with your router. The default credentials are often public knowledge, making them an easy target. Create a strong, unique password for your Wi-Fi network, just like you would for any other account. Also, look for a setting called WPA3 or WPA2 encryption in your router's settings. This scrambles your data, making it unreadable to anyone trying to snoop on your network. Think of it as putting a high fence around your yard. But what about when you're out and about? That free Wi-Fi at the coffee shop or airport seems super convenient, but it's more like a public park than a private yard. Anyone can be on it, including people with bad intentions. These public networks are often unsecured, meaning a hacker on the same network could potentially spy on what you're doing, capturing your passwords or credit card info. This is where a virtual private network, or VPN, becomes your best friend. A VPN creates a secure, encrypted tunnel for your internet traffic. Even if you're on a public Wi-Fi network, all your data is scrambled, making it impossible for anyone to intercept. It's like having your own private, invisible tunnel running through the public park. So, before you log into your bank account while sipping that latte, make sure you're using a reputable VPN. Okay, let's talk about our software and apps. We all get those notifications. An update is available, and we all think, ugh, I'll do it later. I'm guilty of this too. But those updates are critically important. They don't just add new features. They often contain crucial security patches that fix vulnerabilities hackers have discovered. By not updating, you're leaving a known weakness exposed. It's like a window that has a broken lock, and the manufacturer sends you a free replacement lock, but you just leave it in the box. Hackers are actively scanning for devices with these old vulnerabilities. So, turn on automatic updates whenever you can. For your phone, your computer, your browser, and all your apps. Let your devices protect themselves. It's the easiest security win you can get. Another key part of digital safety is being mindful of what you share online. This is our digital footprint. Everything you post, photos, status updates, check-ins, builds a profile of who you are. Scammers can use this information. For example, if you post that you're on a 2-week vacation, it tells everyone your house is empty. If you share details like your birthday, your pet's name, or your mother's maiden name, you might be giving away the answers to your security questions. It's important to think before you post. Go through the privacy settings on your social media accounts. Limit who can see your posts. Change it from public to friends only. Be selective about the friend requests you accept. If you don't know the person, it's okay to decline. Your online space is your personal space. You get to decide who you let in. Let's quickly touch on backups. Imagine your computer crashes or gets infected with ransomware, a nasty type of malware that locks up all your files and demands money to get them back. If you have a recent backup, this disaster becomes a minor inconvenience. You can simply wipe your device and restore all your precious photos, documents, and files from your backup. It's like having a perfect copy of your entire house stored in a safe location. You can use a physical external hard drive or a cloud backup service. The best strategy is a mix of both. Set it up to run automatically, so you don't even have to think about it. A good backup is the ultimate safety net. Finally, remember that cybersecurity is an ongoing practice, not a one-time fix. The digital world is always changing, and so are the threats. But don't let that overwhelm you. By building these simple habits, using a password manager, enabling 2FA, being cautious of phishing, securing your Wi-Fi, updating your software, being mindful of what you share, and keeping backups, you are building a powerful digital defense. You are taking control of your online safety. It's about being aware and making smart choices, one click at a time. And that's a wrap for today. I hope these tips were helpful and made the world of cybersecurity a little less intimidating. If you have any questions or your own favorite security tips, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.